Generic greetings and welcome to Prison Architect. This is the prison that we spent over a month building, and it is a bit different because it has different stratas of prisoners in each individual fully sectioned off prison, essentially. You could call them cell blocks, but they are all completely self-contained, and overall enjoyed building it. But what would happen if a massive riot kicked off across the entire map? Well, we're going to find out. So click, and we've now got 192 prisoners who are kicking off. So I deliberately didn't see when this was, and it was actually EAT, so most of them are going to be in the canteen, and as you can see there, it is not going too well for the majority of the guards. Now, we expect, or at least I expect, the low-risk area to be more of a problem, and the reason for that is simply because of capacity. Because of the two dormitories, there's more low risk than anybody else. There's 84 minimum security, 57 normal, and 53 max, with some protective custody as well, which will also be kicking off, which we don't normally see. So we'll just unpause that to normal speed, and you can see, oh, okay, that's happening there then. It looks like there's a lot of shotgun action around the high-risk area. I'm mainly concerned with over here, however. As you can see, the protective custody prisoners are kicking off, which is not something we normally see. And they've got a hammer, they've got all sorts there. If we go over to the low-risk area, it looks like they are trying to break out, and maybe they'll be able to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a lot of our guards here, and especially the ones that are armed, and that one there, and put them there, and let's see how far people get. The quickest way over the wall is there, and as you can see, there's a climbing rope there, which is strange that it is still placed. I don't know why that is, but anyway, you can see it's really kicking off in that corridor. That's all kinds of bad. If we go over to the medium, we can see that they have got keys and are fighting in and around near the yard, which is strange. On the high-risk side, most of them have stopped, and that's because they are no longer capable of functioning, being not alive. But the thing is, this is why I expected the maximum security area, or rather, this is maximum security, which I don't even know what's happened there. Where is maximum security? And oh, it looks like our prisoner there, it looks like we've got two prisoners here, our death row inmates. They're trying to break out as well. But yes, we've only got a couple of, oh, there he is, Ashby. We've only got a couple of prisoners in the supermax area, and in the high-risk area, we've got a lot of armed guards, as well as, oh, there's a gang member there as well. They should have been, oh no, that gang members are there, but the leaders are up here. That's fine, yeah. But because we haven't got as many armed guards in other areas, it's going to be a bit more difficult. So you can see that, as far as I can tell, most of these have now stopped. There you go. Now, obviously, this is extreme testing initiative. There's no way, well, I say no way. It's very, very, very unlikely that this would occur naturally during the course of the game, unless you're doing something extremely wrong. But you wouldn't have got to this point if you'd done something extremely wrong. This could probably happen if you had a couple of global things go off at once. So, for example, if you stopped feeding all the prisoners, if you stopped allowing them access to the yard, and if you had a couple of events kick off, like the preacher spreading hatred so the prisoners' tension rises up. If you had, say, for example, a gang leader locked up, which increases the overall danger level as well. So there's a lot of things that could hit with that. That could hit that. So this is very unlikely to occur under normal circumstances. We have a total of 21 deaths, which is a lot less than I expected, although a lot have probably put their hands up. The normal risk is still kicking off, but because they are normal risk, they're not actually great fighters, so they're extremely unlikely to have traits that are really problematic. So, for example, quick. That's not really something we have to worry too much about. Things like strong and deadly and tough, and yeah, all of those sort of traits are an issue. Speaking of traits, there's our legendary prisoner whose current trait is having a door lodged in their head, and they are currently unconscious because I'm guessing either they were hit over the head with a trash bag, or it was via the application of something that can cause blood to be leached out from their persons. So anyway, if we go over to the medium has now finished writing. They've decided that this is not really conducive to being reform model prisoners, so they've knocked that on the head. The supermax, however, is still for whatever reason, being taken over. And these guards are not entering because it says, you can see there, if we try to go to it, it said won't enter or cannot enter riot. So they won't enter there. That's been taken over by someone, some bodies. I'm guessing with these still being a tiny bit damaged, the death row prisoners have not yet got out. So it's going to be the one remaining Supermax prisoner, which will be the second in command of the Red Gang Lieutenant. I'm guessing. Let's have a quick look. Yes, it will be. That's who will be in there, so we can figure that one out. In the middle, it looks like this has pretty much been lost to the prisoners entirely. That's all kinds of bad. And then down here, this is... it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So we've currently had, as far as I can tell, no escapes, even though we do have this... very suspect climbing rope over there. But anyway. So, that's happened. Right, let's resolve this. We'll go over to emergencies. We'll have a couple of riot police. And we'll have 2 paramedics. We'll just basically have the lot. So what we'll do is we will send the riot police to each individual area that requires it. Which I think is that and that and that. And then the healers to... the healers... We'll send the priests and the other things over to here, the paladins, and we'll send them around the place. Ah, a couple more deaths there. Looks like we're blitzing in here. Managing to hopefully stop this. We do need to order some more people in there. That's been taken over. That's been taken over. There we go. I don't know why, after you issue the orders, it deselects them. That's just a bit... gives you a bit of a delay that you really don't want. Where is this police force? You can't really tell. Oh, it's over here. Okay, fine. So we'll head into there. This one? Ah, it's still sitting on the trucks, is it? Nice. That's exactly what I wanted. And this one over here, these ones, wherever these ones are, they've actually been hit quite hard. We've got 2 unconscious and 3 injured. Okay. Well, they do have a lot of equipment in the infirmary and such. The paramedics can come in. There we go. Bring these round. And let's see if we can take this back over. Actually, where are they? Oh, they're there. So we'll take this back over. Actually, you back into there. And the CEO's calling. The prison is out of control. We've got 5 hours to put this riot down. Okay, I think that is a challenge we shall rise to. I don't think that's too much of a problem. Only 4 more prisoners rioting. And there you go. The riot is now technically finished. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that we haven't lost control of areas, because we obviously have. It is red, but that'll slowly start to bleed off as the riot is pretty much stopped, because it just sort of peters out to nothing. And there you go. That's what would happen if everybody kicked off. And it was a lot better than I expected. I expected a lot more runouts. So that's what would happen if we had a very, very unexpected and indeed unlikely full-scale prison, well, map-wide, really, riot. What would happen if everybody just started fighting? Well, it would probably look something like this. Every single prisoner is starting to fight. Now, their overall goal is not to escape, and it's certainly not to smash the place up. It is just to fight everybody. So, yeah, I don't know why you would do that. It's just, I mean, yeah, it it just seems, it's just someone's probably said, that person, he's got a green sash on and I've got a purple sash on, and fight, just like the Drazi do in Babylon 5 for who's gonna run the country. Which is pretty much close to how Brexit's going. But anyway, if we go over here, we can see that it is, it's full of water. And a lot of the prisoners they've not really bothered. There's been a bit of fighting, and they've smashed some toilets up, but, I mean, that's not really, that wasn't as impressive as I thought it would be. Oh, hang on. There does seem to be a tiny bit of fire there. Just a incy teeny tiny bit of extra unwanted warmth. And that'll probably spread... Oh, we've also found a tunnel, which is nice. Okay. It's interesting to see what each individual prisoner's done. This one, well, pretty much nothing because there's 2 people in there. Oh, there's 4 people in this entire prison. This one, they've kicked the hell out of each other, and then it decided to just smash the toilets up, so lots of water. So they've went with the, you know, go water elemental. This one fought and set on fire, go fire, and this one, well, it would be nice to say the dugout, and then we'd say earth as well, and we have some more elements, but not really. They're just shouting about food, which could be because there's peas, and peas come from the ground, so yay, we got another elemental reference in there. Okay, I think the more interesting one, however, would be to see what happens if they all try to quickly jump out and escape. So instant jailbreak means that every single prisoner in this area is focused on getting out. They will fight if they are stopped, but their overall goal is to get out, hence the massive lemming train heading towards the doors. So we are going to get every single guard we have and put them there, because guess what? This is where everybody has to go through. Oh, and because of that errant rope there, which I'm going to dump as a priority, they might be able to make it out. So you can see that we've got some low risk, I say some low risk, every single low risk prisoner is trying to get out here, and they are going to meet a wave of a lot of guards who are not really taking any prisoners, even though they are prisoners, so you can't really take them again. Either way, they are taking their job description very seriously and requirements, and are certainly trying to keep them inside. We do have the high risk that haven't really bothered getting out. They've just got to about there and stopped, and then these ones have also done the same. So again, in terms of a full jailbreak, that's actually went a lot better than when we originally had the the naturally occurring riot, if that makes sense. Okay, speaking of natural, let's see what happened if something completely unnatural would happen. And that unnatural thing is what would happen if every single prisoner managed to get hold of a weapon, which includes, but it is not limited to, axe handles, shotguns, little Uzi SMG things, electric drills with apparently cordless, I'm guessing, revolvers. We've got, what have we got down here? I think we have M16s as well. And yeah, that's definitely. Oh, there you go. There's a guy with M16 or AR-15 or M4 or whatever variant of that they have. And oh yeah, that's definitely some sort of. I think we can call it a horde. Could we call it a horde? Or a mob? A mob, perhaps? See, this is where it's interesting to see what the prisoners do, because they're now fully armed. Instead of being forced by the game to say, you now have to break out, or you now have to fight, or you now have to smash the place up, they've just been given weapons and say, go. Like, you know, battle royale, what would you do? So some of the prisoners are killing other prisoners, some of them are trying to escape, some of them are smashing the place up, some of them, I'm guessing, have probably just put their hands up and decided, no, we're not going to bother. Like that one there, that person there, called Nuff. He's had enough and is not fighting at all. So again, it looks like, actually, where is Ashby? Let's see where Ashby got to, out of interest. Ashby got to, oh, we can follow the trail of blood, and he got to there, and he's given up. Oh, fair enough. And our death row prisoners didn't even get out of the death row area. The high risk, as you can see, have fought a little bit and got towards the door. The medium risk, or normal risk, are filing out and down, as is the low risk. But the low risk is pretty much put their hands up and stop, because they don't really have the will to carry on. Yeah, there's still some more going on. That's, ooh, in terms of spilt blood, I think the majority is probably from, it's not low risk, we can rule that out. It's not Supermax or Death Row. It's between medium and high risk. And we can probably find that out by looking at the availability. And actually, there's not a... Well, it's 31 deaths. That's quite a number of deaths. I was going to say it's not a lot, but it is sort of. But if you see comparatively that I think maximum has the edge on coverage, on overall spread and coverage. Low, more condensed, and when you've got people like that who are pretty much made of they are just blood, I think. And obviously some people will have a bit of an issue trying to get to the infirmary because it's a little bit overworked at the moment. And there's that tunnel again. Anyway, it looks like there's more riots going on here. Interesting. They're taking this over. And the CEO, make sure nobody dies. Oh, if we have 5 more deaths, then it's all kinds of bad. And then we end up in our own prison. Oh, well, we wouldn't want that, would we? Everyone's armed with guns now. Oh, looks like we're going to get to see the inside of our own prison. And you might think, get in, we get to do escape. Well, no, because this doesn't trigger escape mode. This just triggers the failure mode. Which means, oh dear, didn't say we didn't warn you. You now spend the rest of your days in prison. So we come along. Oh, actually, no, it has triggered escape mode. It has triggered escape mode, my mistake. So we come along, and we are now assigned a prison. Newell. Prison number 18150081. And there you go. And because there's a riot underway, looks like we're not really... looks like the guards are not really too keen on bringing me in because they've got other things to do. And this is where the game doesn't really work out so well for them because I don't know if I can manage all this now. Especially since we've just put an absolutely unbelievable amount of weapons in the place. But there you go. There's the fairly state. Glad we didn't achieve this in the main build in the main game. I know there's been some requests to do an escape mode, but I have done a couple of preemptive attempts, and it's pretty much as you would expect. I mean, this was pretty much as you would expect, but I thought it would be interesting to try and see what happens. And there has been some interesting different things flung up. However, the escape mode... you just have to jump over the wall. That's the only way you can do it. You have to blitz out because this is the only way in or out. So you have to either shoot your way through here and blitz out, or you have to go over the wall, or you have to tunnel under the wall. And tunneling is only possible after a lot of time spent and a lot of luck, depending on where you start and where you get moved to. Because obviously if you cause fights and then get moved, it just, yeah, there's all kinds of problems. Either way, that's been a bit more Prison Architect and some extreme testing initiative for our latest prison. Hope you have enjoyed this. There's been some requests about this and saying, oh, why have we done Prison Architect? Well, we haven't. It was finished. There's a big difference, I believe. Yes, we'll be coming back to it, but not, well, now. need to, after spending, you know, nearly 6 weeks on the thing, you try and play something else just for sake of variety. Either way, hope you have enjoyed this. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and generic partings. That's not something you want to hear when you've just entered a new prison.